What's up, everyone? Welcome to Popcorn Talk. This is Disney Movie News. Tonight, we're talking about all kinds of Star Wars and Marvel. Get ready.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's Disney Movie News.
We are live, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. This is Disney Movie News. I'm your host, Leo Camacho, a.k.a. at Leo Zombie. You can follow me online at Mr. Leo Zombie or on Twitter at Leo Zombie. Whatever you want. What's up? Oh, someone's on. Yeah. Well, there we go.
Yes, sir.
No more echoing.
Wasn't me.
We're so amateur here.
Wasn't me.
Guys, thank you for tuning into the show. I have two amazing guests with me today because Sarah looks particularly handsome
Very
today.
handsome.
You've changed, Sarah. You look a lot like my friend Joven.
I am your friend Joven. What's up, buddy?
Snap, man.
Hi, what's up, guys? I'm the Jovenshire, all the way from Smosh Games to the Jovenshire. I've wanted so bad just to be on this show to hang out with Leo. It took literally Sarah getting sick and an emergency call 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Like, hey, can you do this, please? I'm like, about time.
But how serendipitous is it that everything we're talking about today is Marvel and Star Wars? The
Star Wars. You see, sometimes
bromance.
I forget that. I think you forget that I'm kind of like a big Disney fan, just not as outward as much
That's
as
true.
you are.
That's true.
Because
I just don't
not
like
all of us can walk around looking like a Disney prince all of the time.
Yeah.
Well, I just don't like to impose it on you, dude. I feel like
okay.
I feel like
Maybe
it's that
he
one
wants
thing.
it to be imposed.
Maybe
It's
he's
your
trying to
world.
tell me.
I don't want to encroach on your world.
This is let me define our friendship for you in just a sec here.
And then I'll introduce myself.
And then we'll
later.
introduce you because you're gonna have a moment in the sun.
It's fine. It's team bromance today,
It's
guys.
bromance right here.
know.
This is how Joven and I talk. We text each other about what the other is doing without like confirming that we're actually doing nothing because we want to hang out, but we don't want to ask the other if they want to hang out.
Yeah, our last conversation was like, so if you're not doing anything, like I'm not doing anything.
Can I read your text right now? Just give me
No,
It's the most.
I have.
It's literally high school
Scandalous.
romance.
You'll see that it's just all pictures of Leo in there.
But luckily, this is a three-way romance today.
Yes.
You know, I had to somewhat encroach on the sausage fast or get a little out of hand testosterone-wise in the studio. But hi, you guys. I am Keetin Marchi, and I am back, and I'm so stoked to talk about everything we have to talk about today because
So much cool
it's
stuff.
a lot of
I'm
cool
very
stuff.
glad
And I
that
have
you're
my
here.
Marvel
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're
shirt.
repping. You're repping.
I don't know. Yeah, well, come on, guys.
I'm Bill and Ted today.
Come on, guys.
Okay.
Where
Yeah.
are the themes? Where are the themes?
I needed to save
I-
my shirts. I needed to save them this week. I've got other things, and I wear them so much on the show. It's like I got to do laundry sometime. But the romance doesn't just start and stop with us. It also includes you guys. So I want to give a shout out to some people in the chat room for logging in. Thank you guys so much. Draven Long, Alyssa Langworthy, Glitter Ashley, what's up?
Oh, Glitter Ashley, what
She's
up?
always up in the chat. We've got Greg Billmare. We've got Tomer Senon. We've got Katie T. We've got Mouse Talk in the room, as usual. And, of course, the girl Cece Rinaldi. Keetin Marchi in the chat. What is up, girl? God, I haven't heard from you in so long.
I know.
Amy Horton. And let's get one more. We got Isabella Waysam. What is up? Thank you guys for logging in and tuning in and harassing us in the chat room. I really appreciate it.
Did you guys tell everybody where we can follow you guys?
Yeah.
Oh.
You did?
Yeah,
think
but
so.
we
I
were
don't
so
know if you
busy
did.
being in love
I
that
am
we
the
didn't.
Jovenshire. Just hi. I'm very glad to be here. The Jovenshire in all things.
And I'm at Keetin Marchi.
And Mr. Leo Zombie.
Cool.
Guys, we've got
Dive in.
a heavy load today, and I know that sounds like crap.
This is what happens when you're with two guys. It just gets potty
See,
mouth real quick.
you do not have an easy job ahead of you. There is very few people that can kind of control the energy that we bring to the table.
Yeah, I'm so
it's
sorry.
a discombobulated mess, and
I'm going to do my best.
we're gonna go out here, and you just gotta
Look,
keep bringing it
this
in.
is-
Bring it back in. Bring it back in,
We
boys.
are the Stampede from The Lion King, and you are Simba right now. Your job is it's just
we
survive.
killed her dad.
That was Scar.
okay,
But,
yeah.
I mean, honestly, kind of our fault.
Did you not play the I know the whole thing because I played the video game so much on Sega when I was a kid.
I had a problem getting past the second stage.
It's a tough level.
There's actually a cheat. There's a cheat if you go all the
always
way
a
over to the
cheat.
side after. So there's a you jump over I think like 3 or 4 different like rocks and then you go all the way to the side and you can just run straight and you don't have to do anything and the guys run through you.
We just changed the show. This is Disney
Sorry.
Video Game
Disney
News
Video
Live.
Game
Dude, can we do that episode? Let me tell you about the Aladdin game.
Oh, you put
I was right.
Dun, 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 dun.
I
Yeah.
used to cry. My mom would not let me listen to the soundtrack anymore when I was a child because I would bawl when this song would come
Rightfully
on.
so.
That's pretty intense. That you would
She
cry to this
banned
song.
it from the house.
It does bring back nightmares for me as well. And then there's
Dad?
that. I always identified with that last wildebeest. That it just like out of nowhere, Simba's like, "Oh, is that my dad?" And it's just like, "No, just me, kid."
What's really funny is because they used this song during Disney's World of Color. And it leads into the Mufasa dying section, and I'm a heartless individual with no emotions, and I'm okay with it. And I remember being at like a soft opening for it, and there's a bunch of people there, and they have this moment, and all of a sudden it just gets really quiet, and then just Simba walks up, Dad? Dad? And I just laugh. I'm like, why is this here right now?
Actually, it's funny because I had that same reaction. I'm like, why would they do this? They're putting it purely for the sake of a tearjerker.
Yeah, they're trying to get them tears.
Yeah.
I just want to shout out to Sarah.
Yeah, I was going to say. We got to give a shout out to Sarah. What's up?
Hashtag
What's up,
Sarah needs a shout out. 2K16.
2K16, it happened.
Sarah, I love you.
All right, guys, you ready to dive into some news? Because we got Star Wars, Episode 8. The fan rumors, the fan rumors are a-swirling around the internet, and we have a bunch of potential BS titles that have been proposed, none of which I believe are real, but all of which I believe are fun. So the first one is, I want your ratings, okay? Out of I want 5 lightsabers. Out of 5 lightsabers, what do you give this?
Okay.
The first one.
The first one, I don't like it.
Episode 8, Star Wars: The Tale of the Jedi Temple.
No, that's
The Tale of the Jedi Emperor. Yeah,
that seems like a very long title.
That's a book. If it was a book,
the
yes.
Philosopher's Stone.
But we could just like it's like Jedi Temple, Jedi Academy, right? Just shorten it down.
One lightsaber.
One lightsaber.
Yeah, one. I'm gonna give it a 1.
One. Okay.
A broken lightsaber, so it's just half.
Mine doesn't even ignite. It's like, all right. Ready? Star Wars Episode 8, Echoes of the Dark Side.
5.
I like
love this.
I like that one.
This is my favorite one.
It comes from Reddit. That's
I like
why.
that one a lot.
Community generated. Yeah, it's not so bad.
Echoes of the Dark Side.
But I still feel like
it tells the story.
I still feel it's too long. Like you think of the other Star Wars credits.
Strikes Back. That was 4
Echoes
syllables.
of the Dark Side. It's too many. Yeah. Even what
Revenge.
else?
How about just echoing the Dark
Revenge
Side?
of the Sith.
Revenge. You put too many syllables.
Echoing
Revenge.
the Dark Side.
Revenge.
Echoing
Revenge
is
is 2
good.
syllables.
Yeah.
It just reminds me of the dolphin game from Sega. I'm really
Echo
stuck
the
on
Dolphin
Sega.
of the Dark Side.
Did you guys ever play that game?
Of
That
course.
was a fun game.
It was
run
fun
away
for
from
5
sharks.
minutes. Yeah, you get to use echolocation.
Oh, we got some votes, and then we got some 5s and 4s.
No, I'm gonna go to the chat. We got one more. But you ready? Star Wars Episode 8, The Order of the Dark Side.
The Order of the Phoenix. Stop.
Yeah, Harry Potter and the Order of the Dark Side.
Now this is good. I think it's good. I do not think if you look at every Star Wars title, it really does in 3 or 4 words tell you what the movie is about.
Although I do think sometimes they're too literal, like Attack of the Clones. Yeah,
but that was see, that's another thing, and that's why I like Echo of the Dark Side, because Star Wars titles are so campy in the first place.
Yeah. Phantom
Empire
Menace.
Strikes Back, even the classic one, The Return of the Jedi, like they're campy, but they tell you what's happening.
Here's what's cool about Return of the Jedi. It was the use of the word Jedi, right?
Well, it's supposed to be Revenge of the Jedi.
Revenge of the Jedi.
Which we got Revenge of the Sith, but Revenge is not a Jedi quality.
Well, that's
And
why.
they
That's
switched it.
why.
Now, when the Phantom Menace came out, I just remember the universal response was, "What's a Phantom? Okay, it's fine. Whatever."
And what are they menacing?
Yeah, what is a Phantom and what is a menace? So, of those 3, I want to know which one your favorite is from the chat room. But I want to ask you guys now.
Joven knowledge. Sorry, I'm reading comments.
I'm gonna give you 2 premises. It's either about rebuilding the Jedi Order with the Jedi Temple, or obviously the dark side coming into power. So you guys need to come up with your Episode 8 title right now.
I just love Echo so much because like the dark side's not around, but Kylo Ren's all about bringing it back.
So the Echo, right?
Yeah, it's just I like it. But if I was to call it something else,
Echoes of the Sith.
A New Hope.
A New Hope again.
That was the last film that came out.
That was
They just
basically
changed it. They changed. That was a
essentially
working
what it
title. They
was.
changed it last minute.
Chat, chime in on this. What would you guys
The
call
Rebels
it?
Strike Back.
I
Rebels
would
Strike Back.
maybe
Echoes of the
something
Rebels?
like the Spirit
Of the Force? But the
Spirit
Force-
of the
the
Jedi,
Force
Spirit
Awakens.
of the Dark
Spirit
Side.
of the-
because then it also makes the Dark Side seem
right.
like, okay, you could turn it like...
I'm gonna put this out there. You can't use the word Sith. You can't use the word Jedi, and you can't use
Dark Side?
Dark Side. I mean, you
Okay.
can use Dark Side because that hasn't been in any of the titles. Like you can't use a predominant word that has existed in the other movies.
Spirit of the Dark Side.
That seems so.
Okay,
See,
fine.
I
hate
like
on it.
Echo more than Spirit.
I do like
Echo
Echo,
of the
but
Dark
like
Side?
Echo, I don't. That
Watch-
word's a little harsh for me to hear.
Yeah, but I feel like it is a very Star Warsy style, like Empire Strikes Back. You know,
Maybe Returning
you
Home.
can't, Return's already been used.
Returns. Okay,
It's already been used.
Discovering.
What if it's
the
like?
dark
What if it's
side?
something like Dissonance of the Dark Side?
Star Wars Episode 8: Discovering
Descent of the Jedi. Oh, can you
Descent of the Jedi?
Oh, I like that.
No, but the Jedi are coming back now. So it can't be the Descent of the Jedi.
Rise of the Dark Side.
Rise of the Dark Side is a very Star Wars-y title, I think.
Yes, Rise of the Dark Side.
In the chat, what are you guys going for?
Escape from Jedi Mountain.
Star Wars. Star
Jedi
Wars.
Island.
And let me read you guys some of these. Star Wars. Luke Speaks. That's a good one. Temple of Darkness. What else we got? Star Wars Into the Dark. That's
the movie
that
with
already
the Force.
happened.
I like that.
That
one.
already happened. Order 666. No.
Shadow of the Dark Side. I like
No,
I like it because it gives a
Shadow.
shadow of the
Shadow of
Empire.
Doubt.
Yeah.
Shadow of the Empires is a very famous Star Wars novel and video game. So that would be kind of cool. Shadow of the Dark Side.
Star Wars. Who is
Dude, I'm down
like
with
it.
that.
Shadow of the
You
I
win
Rebels.
like
my
the word
vote.
shadow.
10 points to
Who
Gryffindor.
was that? Back at it again with the dark side from Sarah Snitch.
No, you,
Back at
Sarah,
it again.
you stay away from that.
How dare you? Oh my God, yes. His girlfriend was going on a streak with our damn Cindy.
It was like I didn't even know about the original meme. I just got home
Damn,
and there's
Daniel.
Kate and she's like, "Damn, Cindy, back at it again with the glass slipper." I'm like, "What are you doing? Why do you keep saying this?" Hundreds of times throughout the night.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I take personal
I'm not
responsibility.
even gonna go there, but I want to.
As a matter of
so
fact,
bad.
I will go as far to say is that I take solo responsibility,
Solo,
and that
Han Solo.
segues
Okay, Han.
into the fact that the new Han Solo, young Han Solo,
Has been cast.
he's been cast, baby. Guys, Alden, how do you pronounce this? Aaron Reich?
Aaron Reich.
Aaron Reich?
Aaron Reich. Kind of a new player.
think?
Like he's
Did
done
you see
quite
Hail
a few
Caesar?
things.
I have not
haven't.
seen it,
Oh
and I'll
my
tell
God,
you.
he's so phenomenal.
I'm going to tell you
in Hail
something.
Caesar.
I didn't have any interest in seeing it until he was cast, and I looked up a clip to see his acting, and now I want to see the movie.
I've
He's
never been-
retroactively selling me Hail Caesar.
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of the Coen brothers, and so I kind of skipped over it. But now I need
You
to
have
see
to, right?
what he's capable
Gotta
of
see
doing,
this kid's chops.
so I can
He's-
judge him on the internet.
He's so Hail Caesar is not a good movie as a whole because the main character or the character that kind of threads all the other characters is the most boring of them all. So it's just kind of like eh. But all the little individual characters, I wish they made individual movies about each of them, like the Scarlett Johansson character, his
Well, that's
character,
sort of what it's really
Jonah
about,
Hill's
right?
character, Channing Tatum's character, George Clooney's. Yes, but they didn't give us enough time with each of those characters. Who are Tilda Swinton's characters are amazing.
I feel like the purpose of the movie is sort of a glimpse into the way old Hollywood worked, right?
It's-
But in a new Hollywood sort of presentation.
What
do you guys think?
I've seen a few people. The first time I saw it was Camille saying, "Oh my God," saying it should be Sebastian Stan.
Well, he's
obviously going to
Luke.
be the new Luke Skywalker. We
Did you
saw
guys see
picture.
that?
What?
That came out like yesterday, so we didn't even have time to check it out.
No.
Someone photoshopped Sebastian Stan's face. If Angel in Heaven, if you want to look this up and bring it up for the chat. So someone photoshopped Sebastian Stan's face onto Luke Skywalker, and it is crazy
Yeah.
how much he looks like Mark Hamill.
Yeah, it's.
Here we go.
You see it and you just get angry because
Look at this, dude. Look at this. Hold on. He's no, don't do that one. Scroll do the top one. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
I mean,
The
I
Winter
see this, so I just get
Soldier-
angry.
Luke Skywalker is the Winter Soldier, guys.
yeah,
I get angry because I'm like, no, give me my prequel.
Luke Soldier Walker.
So here we go.
Here we go,
After
guys. Chat room, what do you think of this? Huh?
Yeah, after what I
Wow.
say
That is-
is
That
after
mouth.
the Han Solo solo film, we then get a sequel to that, which is still a prequel movie to A New Hope, and we get we just get Luke Skywalker and Han Solo. No, shut us the Empire. Let's get
No,
Shut
no,
Us
I
the
got
Empire.
you. I got you right here. You know how they're talking about the Obi-Wan between 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Perhaps it focuses on the second half of the movie. Maybe focuses as Luke is growing up, and you have because he
Interesting.
knows they know each other. Obi-Wan and Luke know each other. He's like, oh, Ben, oh, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. And then they like hang out a
can
few
see
times.
that working.
That's what you pull
But
about.
he's unfortunately not young enough anymore. By the time they get to that movie,
That's
he's
true.
not going to
That's
be
true.
young enough.
That's
Even though he
true.
looks so much like him, he's
You're
not
right.
young enough.
Though, as
So,
we
Tom
did
Holland?
see with Tom
Maybe
Holland,
he's the new Anakin.
as we did see in Civil War, Disney has perfected their time machine and is able to
Yes.
make
That
people
is
look
true.
so young. It's so good.
Okay,
That
save
was
that.
well
Save
said.
that.
Yeah, 'cause-
We're going to talk about Civil War at the
yeah.
end. Let's move on here so we can get there. But yes, those are the titles running around the internet. Now, the next piece of news we have is Michael. God, I can never say his name right. You want to give it a shot? Giacchino. I never know how to pronounce it properly.
Cappuccino?
Is to compose Doctor Strange, but. This is like Sarah's realm, so I don't have any. Yeah, I don't have any like background
Sarah's
information.
in
Well,
the chat.
so-
Sarah, give us your
Sarah,
thoughts.
in the chat room, if
With-
you don't mind providing us with some background
With this
information.
composer, he's of like the newer composers, like past the Howard Shores, like even John Williams isn't doing stuff anymore. I
Yeah,
honestly think
yeah.
like him and Hans Zimmer are so good at what they do at making.
Give me another movie. What's another movie that he's like really known for? Other than Call of Duty, apparently.
He did. Michael Giacchino is well.
Giacchino.
Star Trek.
Star Trek Into Darkness.
Okay.
He composed all of Lost.
Oh yes.
Ratatouille. He's done a lot of Disney stuff.
He did The Incredibles.
Okay.
He's also signed up, I think, for Incredibles 2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he is.
yeah, that's right. That's right. We had that
Sarah,
news.
Was so excited
That's
about
right.
that.
Well, Sarah covered it because this is like she loves this dude.
He scored like all of the best Pixar movies.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rip eardrums.
He was supposed to actually score. I don't know if you guys know. He was supposed to do Force Awakens.
But
John
a
Williams
newcomer named John Williams.
Yeah, John Williams was like, no, that's my movie.
I think
Do you think John Williams will do 8?
I think he'll do 8, and I think he'll stop at 8.
Okay.
I think he'll
How
be done
old
at
is
8.
he?
How do you? how do you
John
stop
Williams
at
is
8?
342.
341. His birthday is actually next week.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry,
Well, I was
sorry.
rounding.
Happy birthday. Happy early birthday, John.
Happy birthday, John.
Jurassic
J-Dubs.
World was another
Lost
one. That's
is
from
so good.
Delaney. Thank you, Delaney.
My
Yeah.
moments with mom. Yes. Lost. Yes. Everything.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, that's cool. I mean, it's good to know that we're going to have a solid soundtrack backing because I feel like the Marvel movies, although their music tends to have some sort of gravitas to it, it's not really memorable for the most
Yeah.
part, except for the bum bum ba bum. And
Yeah.
my chat's done and my news is gone. It just shut down for no reason. So, Joven, hi. Bring up those news articles.
Here, I'll bring up those news articles.
my computer did.
Do you want to get to Alice?
I got it.
Oh, because you got it.
I got it.
Yeah,
we're going-
Keaton's going to have to guide us through
Okay,
because for some reason my computer died.
next thing we have Marvel has, I don't know if you guys saw the article, but this makes me so happy because Marvel has committed to making a Black Widow.
They say that they are committing. They haven't
Yes.
put anything down on paper.
Okay.
Calm down. I
I'm
know
just
how bad
saying,
you want it.
I just want a I've been
Here's the
saying
thing.
this since we've done this dang show. I just want a solo female superhero
All right.
origin film. A female can carry
Couple
these
points.
films. Why don't you give one
Couple
to us?
points. Like, I'm with you. And I think that this should happen.
Mm-hmm.
But point number 2, which you touched upon before the show started, is ScarJo going to be young enough?
That's fine. I'm here. Hi, guys. People tell me I look like her every day. Marvel, call me.
I look like ScarJo.
You have a striking resemblance,
I think
Joven.
I definitely want to see a movie where she's kind of carrying it. I want to see Hawkeye in it as well because I
But
like their dynamic.
He's done, man. Jeremy Renner's already retired in the movies.
Yeah, that's true. That's too bad.
He's like, I came out of retirement for
Though
this.
I do think, and I think what they should be a little
wanted
worried
all this
about
money.
is you've seen this escalation in Marvel movies where they keep raising the bar, and the moment that you can't reach the same capacity as the last movie, you see a dip.
Yeah.
And we've proven that with Ant-Man. Ant-Man did not bring the same oomph to the table.
But I will say, in Ant-Man's defense, it was like, look, we're not going to get the same sort of weight with this character, so let's make it its own genre. And they went with the heist comedy, right? Because they're like, if this isn't going to have the same weight as Captain America or an Iron Man movie, it has to have its own sort
I
of
can
feel.
promise you, I will promise both of you, the first female lead Marvel movie that comes out is going to be huge. There's going to be so much hype, and they're not going to release it unless it's going to be
Do you
awesome.
do you think that Wonder Woman carries that same weight?
No. I think that...
But why?
Because DC
She's way
has
more
already,
famous.
No, but DC has already proven themselves to fail at making movies.
So is this a race for the
Sorry.
first?
No,
It's okay.
you're absolutely
you're right. You're right. God,
the
I mean,
thing
the
with
travesty that was Batman versus Superman.
They just wrapped on Wonder Woman, and I saw this, and I was kind of reading some of the comments, and it's already stacked against it. Like, luckily, Suicide Squad is in this realm that's different because it's not in the Suicide, it's not in the Justice League circle. But people saw BVS, and they're like, okay, now we know we're gonna get a Wonder Woman movie, and as much as the world wants it, it's not gonna have that same impact.
That's what raises my question. Is this a race to create the first superhero feminine focused movie, or is it the first is Marvel the weight that makes it?
See, here's the thing. No matter
we're
who
getting it.
Yeah, no matter who does it, we're gonna get Power Girl. No matter who does it, Marvel will do it better.
You think we're gonna get Power Girl?
Yeah, it's Marvel.
As
I'm
a
sorry, not
that's
Power Girl.
DC, that's DC.
Captain Marvel.
Oh, Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel, we get that
So I
2018.
believe that might even be
That
our,
is one of the news things that we can talk
So
about.
let's
You
touch
wanna
on
just
that
jump
now.
into it?
Yeah, because I feel like this is relevant. So Captain Marvel has been confirmed with a slip that she will be appearing in Avengers Infinity War.
Yes.
Do we know who is cast?
We
as her?
don't know. I think
The
right now they're
rumor
sort of
is, you know who
speculating.
the rumor is that everybody keeps also pitching online
Who the rumor
too?
is, girl?
Is Ronda Rousey.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
She can't act.
I agree with you, but
She's put it out there that she wants to. I don't think that there's anything to it.
Physicality? Go ahead.
Voice of the. I think I'm going to start going back. Voice of the Wind.
Voice of the Wind, please.
God.
But the rumor actually was broken on our own Popcorn Talk show. The
Marvel
movie press.
Okay.
Was that they are very close to announcing, and the director, who is a woman, and the actress share a first name, which started all kinds of speculation.
Who do we got?
Catherine Winnick and Catherine Bigelow.
Catherine Winnick, she's the lead.
She's
the lead in Vikings.
Oh, the one that looks like you.
Yeah. Hi, Marvel.
I say Catherine Bigelow and Katie Sackhoff, whose full name is Catherine.
Oh,
interesting.
Katie Sackhoff. Nice. Well, that would be a good
there's a few
mislead.
other ones out there. Emily Blunt has been floated.
No.
And here's
Too
why.
soft.
Here's why Power Girl. Not Power Girl.
Captain
Stop doing
Marvel.
that. Captain Marvel is going to do so good. It's because you have the Russo brothers that are doing Infinity Wars, right? And so the slip was that she's going to be in an Infinity War movie.
Right.
Not part 1 or part 2, which those will be renamed later on.
Right.
And so because the Russo brothers, and I talk about this in the video that I uploaded today on how Civil War isn't the best Marvel movie, is that the Russo brothers are so good at what they do when it comes to ensemble cast, because that's where they come from.
Right.
They come from TV ensemble casts, and they know,
Character
just like we
development.
saw, just like we saw in Civil War, there was never a moment with a character on camera where it just wasn't their moment. No one was on there that it didn't need to be, and no one was on there for too long.
I do feel for as many people as were crammed in that movie that I learned about all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty impressive.
And tell me, how excited are you for a Black Panther movie now?
Dude.
Oh my
You mean
gosh.
African Bruce Wayne?
Oh, like literally Batman of the Marvel
Dude.
universe, and I had no idea he
How
existed, and I love him.
slick was that actor?
He was
So good.
great for
He
42.
knocked it
Dude,
out of-
he's
okay,
an
we
amazing
still gotta get
actor.
there.
Okay,
he
so
does the James Brown
my God.
biopic.
So getting back to
Yeah,
the Russo brothers, I don't think she will be in part 1 because
No.
we've also
Well-
heard that the Avengers that we see in part 1 will be very different from the Avengers we see in part 2.
Here's why I disagree.
Okay.
I think she will be in part 1. She may not be part of the Avengers, but she will play a role because the sooner they can get
She'll
her
be in the
spin-off
scene
movie,
after credits.
the better. If they wait
Yeah.
for part 2, you're talking about another 2 to 3 year gap.
So she's gonna show up in part 1.
That's what I'm saying.
And they're gonna introduce her enough to
Right.
get her. To
She's
get
gonna
her excited
be
because
Spider-Man.
her movie comes out.
She's gonna be
2 or 3
Spider-Man.
months. Her movie comes out in July, I believe, and Avengers: Infinity War comes out in May. This all in 2018.
Oh, wow.
So you'll see
Yeah.
the introduction of her then, and then she'll get her spin-off.
Right.
And then she's a full-fledged Avengers in part 2.
That's where I'm at with it too. Now here's another question for you guys. She flies. How are they going to do? Because none of the characters have like supernatural flying abilities, right? Vision does, but he kind
Thor.
of makes sense because he's got to. No, he uses the hammer, dude.
That's right. Plus, he doesn't really.
The only character that
Yeah,
flies is Vision.
Iron Man flies.
Yeah, but he's got jets.
Yeah,
like there's no magical flying
honestly,
power.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor
Strange
Yeah,
is going to open
but
the
he's
door.
going to be like, I can levitate myself with the powers of the universe.
What is the source of Captain Marvel's powers? Does anyone remember?
It's like an
Where's Matt
intergalactic. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
right?
She gets she's part Kree, not from birth, but she gets infused with part Kree.
She's like Samus
Now,
and
which
the Chozo.
reminds me, with Kree, I believe it's confirmed that no more Fantastic Four Marvel is talking
They're
to
trying to
trying to get rights. And I don't think this is what I think. I think they're going to pass on Fantastic Four, but they want the Fantastic Four universe, so they'll get the Kree.
Now, here's what I think they're going to do. I think they might take Fantastic Four, but they won't give them a movie. They'll just kind of end up in the Infinity War, and Reed is going to help them develop the technology.
If
and they're going to
anything,
make an appearance.
that makes sense.
But
Really
this
makes
is
sense.
my
But it's-
question. Captain America was Flame Boy. So what's going to happen? Are they
Oh,
going to
it's
just
a whole
Michael
thing.
B. Jordan, or that's
No, I think they'll recast.
Really recast everything. Just
It's going to be a
with,
Tom Holland.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's going to be a Tom Holland situation.
Go Tom Holland.
Yeah, dude. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Tom
Let's move on.
Holland,
Let's
I
move on.
love
That's where it
you.
goes. The Marvel actually does own the Kree. It's the Skrulls.
Ah,
The
Skrulls.
Skrulls.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
my
I knew,
bad.
it's funny. I heard you, but I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
Super Skrull, best of all worlds. That's why they did. That's what
Thank
they did
you.
in Marvel
Voice in
vs.
the Wind.
Capcom.
Do you guys want to talk about? I mean, I know we slightly touched on Doctor Strange, but no, we already did that.
We did
Who's
Doctor
composing
Strange.
it? Yes. Captain Marvel. We talked about that. Alice.
All right, so
Alice.
let's take a break. Let's take a breather, recompose ourselves. Let's move away from Marvel because we're gonna come back hardcore. Guys, our favorite topic on Disney movie news: Alice's Looking Glass.
Alice and the
Released
Watermelon.
some more. Yeah, Alice and the Watermelon has released another clip, so let's watch it. I have to say it that way because I'm
Can
like.
they stop? Really? Like they're
Dude.
literally at this point the whole movie's
We're
been
gonna see it
released.
this Friday though. Sarah and I are going to go check it out on Friday.
When does it come out, Friday?
I think it comes out next week.
Okay, well, that means I have to go see it before next week before we talk about it.
Well, you don't have to rush. I'm just going to say. Play the clip. We got to talk over it. That dress is tacky.
Okay.
Did you guys, oh, well, I'll get into that later.
Johnny.
It's you.
Yeah, I'm the only guy who wears a hat like this.
Well, if I'm not, I wish I was. Have we met?
I don't know if I like this character.
No, I mean, not yet.
It's funny, I feel I shouldn't know you.
Well, we have met once, when I was younger.
Oh, well, I'm afraid I
Oh, so she went back in time.
Yeah, but he's in the human world, still looks like a
It
maniac.
happened.
Years from now, when you're older.
I meet you when
Absolutely
you're younger and I'm older.
crazy. I realize it doesn't make much sense.
Here's the thing. The hat is supposed to be kooky, not stupid.
Karen.
I know.
Well, this could also be before he goes
went
kooky.
crazy.
Yeah, but
Even
look
that.
at, like, are they in Wonderland right now? Are they in, like, the human world?
They can't give it all away, Leo. They give it away all of the movie. They need to keep some secrets.
That clip is the first thing I've seen that has made me genuinely kind of curious to see this movie.
Interesting.
Curious and curious.
Well, I think it's funny because they call it out in the clip where they're like, I know none of this makes sense because none of it makes sense. I know that it's Alice. I know that I'm pro Disney. I'm pro live action Disney.
Watermelon.
I feel
Disney
like
Lives Matter.
I'm really surprised this movie got a sequel. Personally, personally,
Apparently, internationally, huge success. Alice in Wonderland does really well in Asia and Europe.
Well,
Yeah. So that's where it came from.
and like I know that it is Alice in Wonderland and it's kooky and therefore they can just get kooky with the story.
Yeah.
But at me as a viewer, and I'm like,
It's too much for me.
It's too much.
But there is a fandom for this. But we got one more clip. Let's watch this other clip here
okay.
before we get too deep.
I am slightly.
too down the rabbit hole.
Oh, look at that hair.
Comb your hair, girl. Comb your hair.
You were afraid you weren't coming.
Yes, Anne Hathaway.
And Queen Diaries.
Hatter's the matter. Or
we're getting the new one.
The Hatter. The former. No, the latter.
The CGI is not that good.
Not so hot.
We bought it.
Yikes. Mascanada looks great. Those guys.
Yes, I know. That's his muchness. That's what
The
makes
hound
him
looks
so-
pretty good. I'll live with that. Look at that dormouse. He was like floating. Wasn't he?
Dormouse.
Daft
You just didn't
denies
Dormouse.
himself laughter. No scheme of
Dead
ours
mouse,
can
actually.
raise any sort of smile.
Oh, the Cheshire Cat.
You might help us.
Yeah, it's real
save
soft CGI, isn't it? Not the most hardcore.
No bueno.
I'm with you, Joven. I've been saying this since day one. This movie is not magnetizing me. Right? I'm not drawn to
You're
it.
right. If it's doing well overseas, there's always.
I mean, it does well here. It doesn't do bad.
Yeah,
It's a good family
Wonder
movie.
Where the money,
People like to go see it.
It's that Hot Topic money. Let me tell you how
Cha-ching.
many more Mad Hatter shirts we can sell on
my
Hot
God.
Topic.
I hope my roommate doesn't listen to this, so I'll be fine. But like, I just went on Hot Topic to buy her a bunch of Doctor Who stuff for her birthday, and literally Alice in Wonderland was thrown down my throat, like
Well,
just off my computer
even before
screen.
these movies, Alice in Wonderland was like a huge thing for them, right? Like, you know, the striped socks and the Cheshire Cat, beat, like all that stuff. So this,
So like the punk rock
it's-
high school kid.
Alice is really like kind of emo and punk rock, right? Yeah,
I was that kid in high school. So.
that's okay. Did you ever look at yourself in a looking glass and just think too much?
No, I remember being like, Mom, I want to go to Hot Topic. She'd look at me like,
I'm
No.
losing you.
You're gone.
I sent you to Catholic school
I don't-
right
I don't
here.
know
Come back with a trench coat.
I don't know who you are anymore. Yeah, well, we're gonna see it Friday, so we'll. The movie doesn't come out. We're not gonna do any spoilers, so probably 2 weeks before we really talk about it. But we will, because it is a Disney film, and we will dedicate ourselves to it like good Disney fans should. But there you go, guys. In the chat again, I always ask, are you guys more excited now? Are you less excited? Like, where are you guys at on the spectrum of Alice in
Annie
Wonderland?
Allen says, I'm still that kid. I love you, Annie. And I
Annie,
am too. Did
you
you
know
see
what?
me at Dapper Day?
Do you, boo-boo. Do you.
You
I
do
support.
you, boo.
What else we got?
Okay, so we have the Alice clip. So, I've ridden this ride like 3 times through YouTube
okay, here we
already. But the Pirates of the Caribbean ride in Disneyland
Yeah.
Shanghai, as well as, you guys didn't talk about it on the chat, but I'm going to say it, the Tron ride is also awesome.
Yeah. It's,
going to Shanghai.
I was so mad when I saw that because literally, like 3 years ago, my best friend and I, when we were supposed to be working, we were talking to each other via G-Chat, and we got into a 2-hour discussion on if we could build our own roller coaster. And then we said, wouldn't it be cool if we could build a Tron ride? And literally every single thing we described is this ride. So I'm convinced that Google is in cahoots with Disney and that they told them.
I want to say this here so that her, God, and the internet can hear it. When
And
you
Tupac.
get your invite, because you will get your invite to go early, you're taking me too.
Yeah,
You're taking
obviously.
me too.
And if I don't get my invite, we should just go
That too.
Wait, you're gonna get an invite to go where?
to Shanghai. He's convinced that Disney
You'll
will
get
reach
an
out to me.
easy, like a what is that? A soft opening or something.
Yeah, but then you're gonna still have to pay your way and everything.
Not if it was a part of a promotional event. So we'll see.
Hi, we're Disney Movie
So-
News here at Popcorn Talk, and we'd love to talk about Disneyland Shanghai.
Here's what. Yeah, guys, we need you to
I'm here
rally as
too.
our army.
Rally!
Everybody find out which Disney account you need to tweet at, and then all of you tweet like send at Leo Zombie to Shanghai.
And Keetin
Marchi
and Sarah Snitch
the Joven
and,
Shire and Sarah Snitch. But if you run out of room,
Glitter Ashley says yes. Take Joven. #bromance. #bromance.
Sarah,
hey, no, man.
girl
Interlock those fingers.
Girl
So we got a clip. We got the ride, right? Can we look at it, or
that
is it too
ain't
long?
happening.
I don't know. Are we allowed
Sarah's
to
a
peek?
realist.
That's funny.
I don't know if we're even allowed to watch it. I think whatever. Yes, so Pirates of the Caribbean, no more yo-ho yo-ho. It's all and then when you get to the bad guys, dun 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 dun.
Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer.
Going back to Hans Zimmer.
You know what I'm talking about. Yes, the ride is completely themed after the movies. It is not retroactively kind of remade to echo the movies.
No,
There's that word again.
It slightly echoed the original ride, though. At the very
It has that
beginning,
feel.
with all the skeletons
Yes.
were literally original scenes from the original ride.
That is true.
With the skeleton version of them, and then boom, Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, it really goes into that
Michael
fandom.
Bolton.
Like there's like an animatronic Davy with the.
When is the next pirate movie? That's
That's
summer.
next year. Next year.
I thought it was
next
this
summer.
summer.
Okay.
No, it's 2017.
Dude, there was this hilarious thing that got released recently where Johnny Depp was at an event and somebody had a
might be this
life-size painting of him as Jack Sparrow that they gave him, and he took it. So then you see all these aerial pictures of his assistants carrying around this giant
That's
canvas.
amazing.
That's a life-size Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, I
It's
believe
wonderful.
we're getting the trailer this year, and it comes out next year, which is a shame. 'cause I
In that
really
case, what major Disney movie? Doctor Strange. Do you think
Doctor
we'll get
Strange.
in Doctor Strange?
Get what?
We'll get a Pirates trailer in
Yes.
Doctor Strange. Or do you think we'll get it
Yes.
before
That's
that?
a good. That's a good
I
point.
think that's a great prediction.
That's a great point. I'm not sure.
And I would
Because
put
I
money
can't
on
think of
your
another
prediction.
strong.
There's a bunch coming
Alice
because you're
maybe
gonna
before Alice.
you're gonna have Pete's Dragon, and you're gonna have a bunch of other stuff coming out. So
Yeah, Pete's maybe. I think Alice is too soon. Pete's Dragon maybe. Is Pete's Dragon going to do good? Money wise, do you think it's going to do good? Oh, okay. Next topic. Keep going.
If Sarah was here,
so
yes,
maybe
it's
the
going
big
to do
friendly
wonderfully.
giant. Maybe the big friendly giant. Yeah, there's a couple of different options there, but it looks awesome. The Tron ride looks awesome, and I have a friend who's going to be uploading videos weekly from Shanghai. So when that happens, I will release
going
that
to
news.
Shanghai?
Oh, I have a buddy who's working there. He's taking a year hiatus to go work at Shanghai Disney, and his name's Matt Eberly. He's a cosplayer. If you've ever seen him, he just started a YouTube channel called Mad About It. There's no videos yet. The first one should come out this week.
That's funny. I
And
like
he's
that.
literally just
Good pun.
thinks because I came up with it.
Yes. That sounds like you.
Yeah, so once that happens, I'll be posting the link so you guys can live vicariously through.
Wait,
I
is
think it'll
Beauty
be
and the
really
Beast
awesome.
this year?
Beauty and the
No,
Beast is next year.
next year.
Yeah, that's right.
Which, by the way, I just saw Beauty and the Beast with the cast of Beauty and the Beast for the 25th anniversary.
I saw those. I
Oh,
was
it was
so
amazing. It was this
jealous.
week, and I met Glenn Keane, and he drew a picture of the Beast
yeah,
for
I
me.
saw the
That's
thing,
super
yeah.
cool. All right, guys, let's talk about Civil War.
Woo!
All right, so
Okay, yes.
I mean, what is there to say?
Okay. So, if I may plug,
Yeah.
so on my channel, youtube.com/JovenShire,
Do it.
I like to do videos. Like everyone else is doing a review. I want to find a different way to do it. So what I did was over the weekend, I wound up going Twitter, Facebook, Google, all forms of SEO, and just searching keywords like Marvel Top 5, Captain America, other Marvel titles. I found hundreds of people's like, oh, this was my top 3 Marvel list.
Yeah.
And so what I did was I gave each title, so I counted each one up. Made
What
a
are
little
your,
graph
what are
about
your
it.
top 3?
My top 3 go Civil War, Winter Soldier,
Okay.
Avengers? No, Guardian Avengers.
Guardian.
Wait,
They're the
you
top.
gave Civil War number 1?
Yeah.
I thought you said it wasn't the best.
No. So what I did was,
Oh, it's your
I think
personal
it's number
versus-
one. But
yeah.
when you combine all the, when you take all the votes in, or all the top 3 lists, and if you count them all up and get the mean of each one, you'll find that the
Professor Joven.
Yeah.
Well, if you get the mean, diagnosed by the hypotenuse.
So, for example, if anytime it's in a 1, it's number 1, it gets 3 points. Anytime it's 2, it gets 2 points. Anytime it's number 3. Anyways.
How many sites did you do, and are they all credible sources?
I did a pretty good job of making sure that there was no repeats. I come through it 3 or 4 times. So
Right.
it's about 250, 200 60 unique top 3s.
Okay.
And so I counted up all the things, and so the average viewer's favorite Marvel movie: number 1, Avengers. Number 2, Guardians. Number 3, Civil War.
See, mine would be number 1 would be Guardians for me. I thought Civil War, as much as I love Civil War, and I think they did it so well as kind of an ensemble piece. They did it very, very well, and I love the new characters they introduced. It was also, it didn't feel as much as a superhero movie to me as it seemed like super dramatic and the acting chops that it took.
Oh my God!
The acting was amazing. And
Robert Downey Jr.'s acting in this movie was amazing.
Yeah,
yes, phenomenal.
Each version of himself was great. Give me your top 3 though.
I would say Guardians. I would say Civil War, and then Iron Man 2.
Okay. Wow, that's a rare one.
Maybe it was 3. I get those two confused. But I love the Iron Man movies.
It was more than likely 2 because 3 is.
It was 2. Okay, then it was Iron Man 2.
I don't know. Some people do like it. Some people like Ben Kingsley.
They filmed it in North Carolina too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I say Winter Soldier is my number 1. It's my favorite.
It's really good.
Winter Soldier is like my favorite.
I'm not a Captain America fan,
that's
but
why
the
it's so
Russo
good.
brothers are amazing writers and directors.
I'm gonna go. I go Captain America. I go Avengers, and then I will probably go. Maybe Civil War.
I really need to rewatch them all, just see how I feel about them now as an adult.
What's to break down the top 3 list a little more further is when you look at the psychology and the sociology behind what made each movie great. When you look at Avengers, this had 5 years of build-up. 5 years of build-up, and every movie leading up to it was a hit.
And what I wanted. The reason it's my number 2 is because the execution was flawless.
You had the execution was great. Joss Whedon being a fan favorite when it just comes to directors.
The synergy between the actors, the synergy between the characters, the visuals.
It's the first time we get a great crossover,
right?
And more importantly,
they let you soak it in.
Yeah,
that's the
you
cool
see
part.
that movie, and I remember this. Everyone else went through the same thing. You feel like a badass.
Yeah.
You feel just how you should feel after a superhero movie.
That's what I was going to say.
So you have to see the movie twice, 3 times.
That movie was the movie that when I walked out, I felt the most from.
Yes,
I felt the most charged from.
Because it was the first of its kind, and that's why it's everyone's number 1.
I remember watching it, just thinking I can't believe I'm watching the Avengers on the big screen. This is crazy.
But then,
that was so special.
Right?
I'm having flashbacks back to the memories, living that.
It's gonna be one of those moments that people when people say I remember seeing Star Wars when it first came out. It's I remember seeing the Avengers. That was a big we're kind of jaded now because there's 27 billion Marvel movies now, but that one was super special.
The first time they all came together.
Yeah.
That one shot.
That shot.
I love Iron Man. I love him
Which is crazy.
So much.
Because prior to the Iron Man movies, who loved Iron Man? Nobody.
I know.
Prior to the movies, who under the age of 60 liked Thor?
Well, which brings me to my next point is Guardians. Who knew about Guardians before? Now, you said Guardians is in your top 3.
Guardians is my number 1.
Okay, now why is it your number 1?
Chris Pratt.
Funny Star Wars? Okay.
No, it's
funny Star
literally,
Wars.
it was something I was just so surprised by. It was so unexpected for me, and I just thought it was another ensemble piece, the chemistry between all the characters. It introduced me to all these new characters, and at the same time made me fall in love with all of them.
Yes.
And they were all
And
so
it
different, and
felt
that was such a success.
oddly familiar.
And it
That's
wasn't
what's
too
weird.
long.
No.
I listened to the
pacing.
soundtrack almost daily
it's so
because
good.
it's my favorite.
You know what's crazy? I had already been listening to that soundtrack almost daily because it's classic music.
Yeah, it's so good.
Another thing is that the time it just hit at the right time period where
hit a nice
where
gap.
the superheroes were getting
Sci-fi
kind of
gap.
stale, and everyone's like, all right, it's a superhero movie. We know what to expect. So it took everything that you'd expect from a superhero movie, turned it sideways, and made it good.
Yeah,
so
and it gave us
the movie having a unique experience.
It gave us a sci-fi fantasy western adventure that we hadn't had in a long time.
It gave us Chris Pratt with abs. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for working out. I also want to point out Spider-Man was the bomb.
Well, so now that we've talked about the other Marvel
mild
movies.
spoilers. Careful, son. I know you're excited.
Calm down.
I know.
Don't break anything. We want to have you back, okay?
Of course.
The producer will say no.
So yes, we've talked about how the internet has loved other movies besides Civil War. I think Civil War is great because let's look at Spider-Man. No spoilers, but they do such a good job of no origins. You learn what happened to Peter Parker.
You learn of him through Tony Stark.
Yeah, and it's just through that quick conversation, he even says how'd this happen to you? It's a long story.
It's a long story.
Because we
good
know
enough.
the story.
Good enough.
It's
and
good.
You've taken on the credibility of Tony Stark, a character that you've known for years and years now, and it's well, he vouches. You
Can
know
I
what
tell
I
you,
mean?
one of my favorite things about Spider-Man, though, is that they cast an unknown. And that when I saw that kid, it wasn't like,
Dude.
oh my God, look at like so-and-so as Spider-Man.
Yeah,
It was
there was no shock value.
Spider-Man.
It's like,
look at Spider-Man.
it's a new character that you can get behind and relate to without any sort of previous preconceived notions about him. You're just like, and how good was he? Because when he
was
came on
so-
screen, I was like, oh, that's Peter
he
Parker.
was so charming and so Spider-Man.
The delivery of his line where he kind of alludes to Uncle Ben, he's like, well, why do you do this? We'll get you out of the twin bed. And he mentions, like, when you can do what I can do without doing
saying.
it. Yeah, and it just, like, it was so
great
emotional.
power
Such
comes great
it
responsibility.
was such a great delivery of that line. I was like,
so good.
That's a great actor.
If you can do what I can do,
But also, I think another thing that makes him great is going back to the same theory about Guardians of the Galaxy is we know what Spider-Man looks like. We know what to expect from Spider-Man. But this is a different age group. It's completely different, and that's why it's great.
And to touch on that, we know what Spider-Man looks like, and now we have a reason for the way he looks like that. Like, no way would a man build that suit, but Tony Stark has technology to make a super suit that encompasses all of his powers. So we're hyped about Spider-Man. He's a genius in this movie. He's great. Go see Civil War if you haven't already, so we can talk about it on Twitter.
Can I just talk about my favorite part about Civil War?
Go.
Yes.
I thought the best part of the entire movie Civil War, besides Spider-Man and Ant-Man, was literally when
Ant-Man.
Bucky and Captain America are in that plane flying, and Bucky says something along the lines of, "But I did do it."
Yeah.
And
and he says, "I remember all of that."
He's like, I might have not had control of my mind, because Chris Evans is being like, wait, but you didn't have control. You couldn't help yourself.
But I did do it.
But I did do it. And you see this moment where Chris Evans is, I've never thought he was a great actor, but dang,
That was
he did
great.
so good.
They've
And
really
you see him
evolved
like
as a team.
he's so conflicted in his head all the time throughout this entire movie, but yet he always sticks to, when he talks out loud about sticking to what he said and like sticking behind Bucky and against whatever the government wants to control them.
So many good shit.
Guys, did she just sell you on the movie? Did she just sell you like you needed selling? Go watch it. Go watch. It's an amazing movie.
If you haven't watched it, if you've seen
Stop
it, see it
wasting
again.
your time and go see it for the
It's the
50th
best
time
one.
like us. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us in the chat. We're done. We're done. Give them some shout outs. Who's in
Kendra
the room?
Wong, Alyssa Wesson,
Thank you.
Daniele
Thank you.
Dignan, CC Rinaldi,
Thank
as
you.
always. Who else? Give me more people.
All of you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
all of you guys.
Much love. Hang out with us online. Let's talk about some more things, and then next week we'll go over the things we talk about during the week.
What can we have them? We always love to have you guys Photoshop funny
what are we doing
pictures.
today?
So what? Maybe
Avengers. Can you make us each an Avenger in an Avengers poster?
And don't forget Sarah, she's sick.
Yeah, Sarah's got to be in there too.
Yeah.
We would love that. And who should we surprise? Because there's a lot of Avengers. Maybe we can throw in a Chris in there and a Tiff and a Patrick.
You know what? Throw in
Surprise
Tamar,
us. Throw in some other
Greg,
of the crew.
Bill Mayer, My Moments with Mom.
My Moments with Mom.
May Fletch, Mouse Talk.
All of you guys. All of you guys.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you guys so much.
Thumbs
We
up.
love you. Follow us online so we can continue the conversation during the week. You can follow me on Twitter at Leo Zombie and everywhere else at Mr. Leo Zombie. Where can they follow you guys?
What's up, guys? I'm the Jovenshire. You can find me at Twitter, Instagram, especially YouTube. Go check out youtube.com/the Jovenshire.
And you guys can find me at Keetin Marchi on Twitter, Instagram, and the Facebook. So yeah, keep the conversation going.
That's right. We love you guys. Go be superheroes every single day.
Hearts.
Peace out.
Have hearts.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.